Imagine if we woke up one day and every single pro duo had split up. There's no more Seti Kami, Tayson Chapix or Malabuka Moustache. In this strange world, I have been chosen to match everyone up into new duos, but I've added a twist. They cannot be matched with someone they've played with regularly before. It has to feel like a strange duo that we've never considered, but one where their playstyles might work well together. Then of course, I will put them all in a tournament simulation to see who the best new duo is, and also to get their reaction about their new teammate. Let's start with one of the very best players in the world right now, Malabuka. He's a brilliant fighter, but in duos he functions best as an IGL and Tarper. So I'm going to pair him with Vico, who is in my eyes one of the very best fraggers in the region right now, demonstrated by having the third most elims in the recent grand finals. Putting him with Malabuka might seem like a big step up to some, but I think he's severely underrated at the moment. So that means Moustache needs a new duo, and in my opinion he should stay purely in a fragging role for now, given that he's functioning so well at it at the moment, having the most elims in EU Grand Finals, and also the most across all set lobby finals in the past 2 seasons. I'm giving Seti the honour of creating the tarps for him. He's one of the most established and successful tarpers in the region. He would bring insane consistency to Moustache's play, and get constant refreshes from Moustache in return. So what about Kami? It feels so wrong that Seti and Kami aren't together, but it's just a thought experiment after all, no need to panic. I feel like Kami and Chapix would complement each other well enough. Although Kami does have a dedicated tarper in duos normally, these two players are both all-rounders, as demonstrated by numerous successes in solos. They could play their roles flexibly, and both fill whatever needs doing at any time. Now Tayson must find a duo next, and I give him Vidil. This would actually be such a great duo, the all-time FNCS GOAT paired with the current FNCS champion. Tayson can make the big calls and Vidil can do what he does best, carrying the majority of the damage and fragging. They can both play height when they want to, but are fully capable on any endgame layer. Our other FNCS champion Janice now needs a new person to IGL for, and that will be Thomas HD, another really amazing duo that would be at the very top. Give Janice all the responsibility of the IGLing and let Thomas concentrate on his biggest strength, which is simply to hit every single shot he takes. Before we continue with the duos, I just wanted to consider something about team chemistry. How important is it? It's a difficult topic because it actually covers quite a few things, like whether your personalities fit each other, whether your playstyles work together, and whether you can understand each other and almost know what the other person is about to do at all times. Some players just come together and it works perfectly the first time, while others it's probably doomed from the very start. Sometimes you just can't know until you start playing, because logically in-game is the only place where you can see how the other person acts in-game. So for these duos I'm matchmaking here, some would probably work great and others would be a disaster, but hopefully I'm at least making pairs that are similar in some ways, such as preferred endgame layers and their roles in a duo. Okay, back to some duos. Vino has not got someone yet. He's surely the undisputed best fragger in the world after his all-time great performance in FNCS Grand Finals. If you aren't convinced, then you probably need to see the stats I showed in my video about that. He's going with Pink, whose reputation as an IGL has grown fast in recent times, and this duo might just be the scariest of all, because Pink's 12k damage from Grand Finals was ranked 4th overall, and together nobody would be able to outfrag them. They are both height players in endgame and might be the dominant force when doing that. But challenging them up top would of course be Queasy, who needs a height player who can frag out, and that has to be Zandy. The Romanian's pop-off fragging ability is not bettered by many at all, and Queasy's experience and leadership would give him the opportunity to flourish. And I've decided that Hen's former duo Mr. Savage should pair with someone a bit younger who can really frag out, so that Savage can almost play a mentor role and concentrate fully on the strategy and the 200 IQ plays. That will be Chicho, the young Bosnian. That leaves Trulex, and he will go with Jerky, which leaves Eyedrop, who goes over with Trippin. And some final duos, we have Joe with Jackson, Nebs with Reason, and Marine with Noah. We could go on forever, but we'll stop there. The next question is who would win? Let me know who is your favourite new duo, who do you think would actually work together, and who do you think would be terrible? I'm going to let the computer decide, but you can tell me in the comments. If you haven't seen my tournament simulator before, it's a program I wrote that can generate realistic Fortnite game results without any of the graphics of course. We get a kill feed and a live leaderboard, and it uses the player's skill levels and the classic Fortnite RNG to determine who fights and who wins. I made these teams play a 12-game tournament just like FNCS Finals, and I also added all the other players from Grams in totally random pairings. The winner ended up being Queasy and Zandy, who overtook Moustache and Seti in the last game, with Malabuka and Vico not far behind either. Queasy and Zandy had a classic height team's game history, with 2 wins and a load of less consistent games, but their relatively poor final games were just enough to take the victory. In terms of the most elims, Moustache and Vico were both able to frag out with their new duos, with other big names Tayson, Queasy and Thomas taking the next 3 spots. Perhaps a surprise not to see Zandy there, but almost anything can happen in a single tournament. What did the winners think then? I asked Queasy and Zandy what they thought about this new pairing. Should their current duos be getting scared? Interestingly, they had similar answers, which was that they would succeed with anyone good. I guess that chemistry is not so much of a concern to them then, they just need someone great to play with and then they can win. I hope you enjoyed this little thought experiment. Please subscribe if you want to see more in the future, and I'll see you next time.